Last time on Astonishing Spider-Man, Spidey took one massive hit, and let's just say he won't be remembering much of it. Now, our friendly neighborhood webhead, no, the other one, is left alone, staring down a monstrous brute that's all muscle, claws, and bad breath. Webhead tightens her fists, steeling herself against the looming monster. She knows she can't handle this alone.
Okay, there's no way I can take care of this on my own.
Her instincts kick in. She reaches for her communicator, sending out a desperate distress call.
Alpha 1 Tango 4 calling to base. I am requesting immediate backup.
Spidey groggily regains consciousness, clutching his throbbing face. He's reeling from the aftershock of that knockout punch.
You don't happen to see my jaw lying around, do you?
Patting his cheeks in mock panic.
Oh, here it is, still attached to my face.
As he struggles to his feet, he notices Webhead talking to no one.
Hey, who are you talking to?
He asks, squinting through the haze. Webhead, unfazed by Spidey's delayed re-entry into reality, cheerfully greets him.
Spidey, you're awake! I was calling an ambulance for you.
Her grin says she's only half joking, but the massive monster looming over them suggests he might actually need one. Spidey shakes off the impact, getting back on his feet. He's been in this situation too many times to count. Step 1, wake up. Step 2, realize the threat is still looming. Step 3, well, that part's easy. With his usual reckless bravado, Spider-Man lunges back into the fight, delivering the same attack that got him knocked out in the first place. Some lessons are just harder to learn. The monster roars, completely unfazed. If anything, it just looks angrier. Spidey and Webhead exchange a look, both arriving at the same realization. That was a terrible idea. Webhead voices what they're both thinking. This thing is way out of our league. Maybe it's time to call for backup. Maybe they should have done that 5 minutes ago. Spider-Man shrugs, gesturing to the empty surroundings. No cavalry in sight, no backup on the way. That means it's up to them. He almost says responsibility, but catches himself. He really does say that too much. Spidey and Webhead regroup, eyeing the monstrous threat ahead. With little time to strategize, Spidey asks the most crucial question: what's in their arsenal? The monster lunges with a deafening roar, and Webhead sums up their opponent in 2 words: brute strength. With no better option, they agree. Attack together, hit hard, and hope for the best. A synchronized assault. Webhead and Spidey strike from both sides, landing solid hits, but against a beast this powerful, is brute force enough? Nope. The monster barely flinches. Instead, it roars louder, angrier. Their attacks did nothing. That's not great. Spidey scrambles for answers. Surely Webhead has a trick up her sleeve. Turns out she does. A hypnoblast, a concentrated psychic burst. Sounds promising, except she already tried it, and all it did was slow the monster down. Not exactly reassuring. She suggests slowing it down while Spidey does what he does best, throwing a punch. The duo readies themselves for a synchronized strike. On Webhead's command, her hypoblast charges up, creating a vortex of psychic energy. Spider-Man launches himself with full force, landing a powerful hit on their massive opponent. The creature roars in pain, its fury shaking the ground. The monster thrashes, screaming in blind fury as the combined attack takes effect. Energy crackles around it, but the question lingers: will this be enough to bring it down? As the dust settles, Webhead turns to Spider-Man with a brilliant idea. Maybe it's time to call in some backup. What do you think about the Avengers? She suggests, a glimmer of hope in her voice. Spider-Man recalls his days as an Avenger, reminiscing about how they used to filter out distress calls from less experienced heroes. After all, they couldn't drop everything every time someone like 3D Man got in over his head with Skullface. The towering beast looms over them, its shadow casting a dark cloud over the battlefield. But Spider-Man has an idea. Maybe, just maybe, there's a way to take this monster down without throwing themselves into another knockout round. Spidey pieces it together. Super strength, impenetrable skin, but no visible breathing apparatus? That means one thing. If it breathes, it can be stopped. Webhead catches on quickly. If Spidey's got a plan, she's all for it, but he's going first. After all, she's not that reckless. With seamless coordination, Webhead launches herself into the air, her extra limbs ready to strike, while Spider-Man swings low, ensnaring the monster's face with his sticky webs. Their plan is in motion. The beast roars in muffled rage as Spidey tightens his grip. Its massive feet slam against the ground, trying to shake him off, but he holds firm. If they cut off its air supply, they just might win this fight. Spidey pulls the webbing even tighter, his muscles straining against the creature's strength. The monster's growls grow weaker, its movement sluggish. It won't take long now. With a final tug, the monster stumbles backward, its enormous form crashing to the ground. Motionless, silent, their gamble just paid off. Spidey and Webhead pause to recover, their breaths heavy after the intense battle. While Spidey reflects on the impromptu workout, Webhead casually fixes up her makeup, treating the ordeal like just another field study. Spider-Man starts to sense something's off. His powers aren't responding like they should. A flicker of frustration crosses his face as he attempts to recalibrate, but nothing feels right. Webhead teases, leaning in with a mischievous smirk. So much for that legendary danger sense, huh? Tell me, Spidey, would your powers even react if something got really close to your face? Spider-Man nodded, casually explaining that he called it his spider sense. Spider-Man barely has time to react as Webhead suddenly grabs his mask, her fingers curling under the fabric. His spider sense might be on the fritz, but even if it worked, would it have warned him about this? His hands instinctively fly up, but it's too late. She's already making her move. Before he can utter another word, she closes the distance. The shock, the surprise. It all crashes into him at once as her lips press against his. His muffled exclamation is lost in the moment. His world narrows. The battle, the bruises, the chaos, all of it fades into a single, overwhelming thought. What just happened? And that's a wrap. But this is just the beginning. Don't miss what happens next. Hit subscribe, smash that like button, and turn on notifications so you're always in the loop. See you in the next one!